So today's video was meant to be a nice wander around Himley Hall mini day, having a look around all the classic and the modern minis and the auto jumble. However, it didn't really go to plan. So today is the day we've been waiting for, Himley Hall mini day. So we've got our picnic, we've got Teddy, and we're on the way there. Catch you later. Got a new addition to Teddy, a GPS speedo. Would it be a mini day out without a breakdown?
Alright, so today has been an absolute nightmare. So we get in the car, we're driving brilliantly. We got to the Cheshire Cat on the A41 when we were meeting up with the rest of the mini club. Travelled all the way to the far side of Telford. Then we had to stop to get fuel. One of the guys would get fuel. We were leaving the car idling for about 15 minutes while we were at the fuel station. And then when the club got back in the cars and we drove away, we just lost all throttle control. We just lost drive completely. Coughing and spluttering, dead lot, and it just come to a complete stop. There was no warning about it. He's been driving absolutely superb during that part of the morning. Even you were enjoying the drive, weren't you?
Yeah.
So as we pull over, we're about 50 yards away from the roundabout. We put my hazard lights on. Some of the club go past me, and some stayed to help. The initial verdict was that I'd overfueled and I was fouling the spark plugs, but none of us had a spark plug socket, so we couldn't take them off. We ended up pushing the car to the other side of the road in front of a business that was closed, and then we ended up ringing the AA, and we told the rest of the club to go at this point go to Himley, so they're not missing the club stand set up.
Yeah, we were about 14 miles away from Himley Hall at this point, which was a bit ironic in the end, wasn't it? So the AA fella had a look and he was messing around with it for a while, cleaned out the spark plugs, was back into his van. As usual with classic cars, they've never got the right bits that they need. So he was playing with the distributor, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Changing, there was a clip missing on the rotor arm, so he was trying to find the right one for that. In the end, we couldn't get him started, so he managed to tow us to Himley. So that was very nice of him.
We got to Himley on the back of an AA wagon.
Yeah, we were that person today.
So thank you to all the classics that were honking and beeping and waving as you were driving past us, and the ironic cheers as we were pulling down the drive at Himley. So thanks for that, guys. Yeah, this week it is us. He unloaded us at Himley, and then he told us that I had to get... So he replaced the rotor arm. Okay, so we managed to find one in the back of his van that fitted the Mini. And then he told me I had to replace the condenser and the contacts. Yeah. Within the distributor. So the distributor itself didn't need replacing. The dizzy cap was fine. It was new. But yeah, we had to replace them. Lucky enough, we're at Himley. We went and met up with the mini club, and then I went to the auto parts jumble trail bit, and bumped into Mini Mine, and I got the contact part of the contact bits there and the condenser. That cost me £7 for the two parts. Took it back to the club tent and roped in a couple of the members to come and help me install these parts. I've never done this before. I'm not really a mechanic, so I didn't know what I was looking at.
Sorry, my arm was aching.
On the back of that once they got fitted in, we then had another problem when we were trying and testing out the car, and the throttle was getting stuck against the manifold. So the throttle was fully on at one stage, and it sounded like a plane was going to take off with a bomb attached to it, didn't it? It was.
We all heard some noise and was like, "What the hell is that?" And it was Teddy.
Yeah, so it was a huge throttle burst, followed by a massive backfire. And it was funny. I've never seen so many blokes run away from the car so fast. So we had to diagnose that. It turns out there was no spacer between the manifold and the carburetor, so the throttle control nipple was getting stuck against the manifold. So we ended up, we say they, because at this point I've got no idea what they're talking about. We're coming up with a way of building a bit of a spacer, so they sent me back to the mini mine tent, and I ended up going to get 3 of the carburetor to manifold gaskets. So they took the carb off, put the new gaskets on, and made a makeshift spacer so my throttle control didn't hit against the manifold. Guys, if you ever buy a classic Mini, or if you're ever thinking about a classic Mini, my only advice to you is join a Mini club, because these guys have been...
any classic car really, isn't it? You need to be in a club with the same sort of cars that you've got, because they are amazing, aren't they?
So I'd be lost without Wirral Minis with mine. I would have well and truly give up on Teddy before now. Even today I was saying I was going to put a for sale sign on when we was getting home.
Yeah, we've considered putting a for sale sign on him quite a few times.
But yeah, I would highly recommend joining a club of whatever make, model of car that you're having or that you're looking at getting, because it has been invaluable what's the word I'm looking for? Invaluable to me, with the knowledge and people that have that do stuff for me. So overall, the car repair cost £12 in parts, and about 2 hours worth of labour for 3 people.
So by the time we got to Himley, it was like midday. The staff were really nice there. They sent us down to park at the trailer park with the other trailers. Now, the other trailers were either cars that have been trailered in because they're so pristine they don't really get driven in, they get trailered in, or cars that were for sale. So we were like the odd ones out, weren't we, in the AA van. I'm sure there was someone else throughout the day, but yeah, today it was us. So it was about midday. We were meant to be there at 9:30. So we missed getting on the club stand, but we still went to go and sit in the gazebo with the club. And then, it was about 1:30, 2 o'clock. You went off and started fixing it, didn't you? So you didn't really get to look at the cars.
No, that would be my only criticism of today. By the time we got to the showgrounds, it was coming on to 12:30. I wasn't in the grounds. I was busy buying the parts that I need, and then we had a quick bite to eat, and then that was it. I was off fixing the car. So I was on the other side of the safety fence, unfortunately, all day, not seeing any of the show, and just watching the great people of Himley Hall show fix my car for me, because I'm not technically minded, I'm not mechanically minded in any shape or form. So as I said, I can't do the car bits without these guys that knew. Just on a personal note, I do like to thank Graham and Guy for the time. Graham, you have been an absolute star since I bought this car last year. Guy, I know we've only met a couple of times, mate, but you're really funny, and you just keep my spirits high.
Yeah.
When it's easy for me just to say, do you know what, sod it, I'll just get towed home and we'll just leave the car. And it was nice to meet Mark from Simpson's Classics. He stopped to give us some advice, got talking. It was nice talking to another YouTuber, especially one that we missed at Bingley because he was busy talking to the other people that watch his channel, etc. So we never got a chance to say hello. So Hello, mate. Thank you for your advice and your help here today.
And you met Mrs. S, didn't
And
you?
I met Mrs. S as well, yeah. So we were having a good chat with her. So, no, that was nice to finally meet you. I wish it was just under better circumstances and we weren't panicking if I was getting home today or not.
Yeah. But we are, as you can see, we are at home.
And
so we
sunburnt.
made it. Yeah, you're sunburnt. I was hiding in the gazebo all day because I just had enough. I've got a banging headache. I've just had enough. And the drive home felt like it took about 10 years, but it was only like an hour and a half. Still something not quite right with Teddy, though, isn't there? You were stalling a few times.
I was on the way home when we were stopping at like roundabouts and stuff like that. I was stalling. So we did have this problem a couple of months ago, and we've had to play with the idle and some of the fuel mixture. Now we know the car is running rich at the moment, so we do need to adjust it. So all the work that we've been doing over the last couple of months seems to be undone with what we've had to play with today to get him running fine. To get me home anyway. So yeah, I think there's another couple of days in the garage while we try and figure it out.
And we need to get some fancy pants breakdown cover for you, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another thing. Make sure you're aware of what's actually included within your breakdown cover, because I pay through the nose for a particular one with 2 letters, and every time that I've called them out, what I need them to do is not covered in my cover. So make sure you are fully aware of what you're entitled to and what they can do for you before you go and sign up for them. However, Carl from the AA this morning,
he was very nice.
He was very nice, very knowledgeable. Told me exactly what I needed to buy at the show, and he just went above and beyond to get us there today, didn't he?
I think he was annoyed that he couldn't figure it out, but he knew what it was. We just needed to get to the parts to be able to fix it. So yeah, he was a good guy, wasn't he? So today, days like this, they teach you that there's always nice people out there. People will help you. Especially with cars. Like, we've never met people like it since we've been going to car shows and car clubs. Everyone's just so happy to help you. It's crazy. So yeah, thanks everybody.
So, apologies, we never got any footage of the show.
Yeah, I did get a couple of cars that I was kind of I was looking for a Mr. Bean Mini, which I didn't find, but Sam from the Mini Club, he said that he found one right at the back. I mean, the layout at Himley was a little bit odd. Most car shows are kind of in rows, whereas these were just a bit random. So I probably did miss loads, and by that point I just kind of had enough anyway. I wasn't really that interested. So I went looking for a Mr. Bean Mini, and then I found a couple of interesting looking minis, so I'll put some photos in here. But yeah, there was all sorts. There's a lot of moderns, there was lots of classics, there was people selling cars, there was the auto jumble, there was loads that's sort of pristine, the show and shine. They were doing something over there.
We did get a few extra bits, and we got the black rear view window mirror.
The auto jumble was good. I found it was a lot better than at Bingley Hall. Excuse me. And Bingley Hall was also just way too chaotic to get around, whereas this being outdoors, and probably because we were late as well, we actually could have a look round. But yeah, we got some interior door handles for £1 each. I mean, online they're way more than that, and they're probably not as nice quality. And then a rear view mirror, which we've been looking for a while.
The black one.
Yeah, a black one. They're quite hard to find. So we were happy with that. But yeah, we didn't really actually get to see much. So this isn't the video we wanted to be putting out, but these things happen. So if you've also had a bit of a bad day, then we feel you. We've got you.
The worst part about it is I didn't film any of the repair.
Well, no, because you were a bit busy, weren't you?
Yeah, it was only afterwards talking to Mark from Simpson's Classic, and he said to me, "Why aren't you filming this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, my head was just all over the place, just trying to listen to people and bearing in mind, Himley was 70 miles from home.
And we didn't have, which we didn't realise on the breakdown cover, we didn't have like a home recovery. We only had roadside assistance. So we spent half the day wondering if we were going to get home tonight, or whether we were going to have to jump in with somebody and leave Teddy 70 miles away, or how we were getting home. So we were a bit preoccupied, really. But yeah, it's just one of them, isn't it? So hopefully next time it's a nice, happy car show video.
It's just been a perfect sign-off for a bad week, hasn't it?
Yeah,
overall.
It's just been one of them. Well, you know when they say it comes in threes, it's been about six things this week. So we've had 3 each, haven't we?
Yeah, so thank you for sticking with us. I know it's not, as Lana said, it's not the video that we wanted to do, but it's the video that we're putting out.
Yeah, and there will be some more interesting car stuff coming back. We've got loads in the calendar. July, we've got a fair few shows. I think every weekend we're doing something, so we're hoping to get some good stuff here. And I think the other Mini will be coming out with us next week, won't he?
Yeah. It's time for Biggie to have a bit of a run out, isn't it?
The weather seems alright, so get the roof down and take the modern Mini out with us. So yeah, I think that's it. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time with some more exciting content.
Bye-bye.
Bye.